Greetings, everybody. It's Jeffrey Guterman, and this is the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network, and we've got a ball game from our 1969 replay, and we're so glad that you've decided to join us for our afternoon ball game. Today it is the Detroit Tigers at the California Angels, the third of their three-game series. We are at the Big A. The Tigers took the first two. I'll be back with the lineups in just a few moments, please. Oh, that's good coffee. Greetings, everybody. It's Jeffrey Guterman. I'm at the Big A, broadcasting remotely from Studio B in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, for our Strat-O-Matic 1969 replay. It's August 24, 1969, and we have the final game of a three-game series. Detroit Tigers at the California Angels. Today it will be Lolich, the left-hander for Detroit, and Jim McGlothlin, the right-hander. And Kathy Harden has arrived. She's for the Tigers. I can go along with that anytime. In the first game, McLean won it 7-1, the Tigers. In the second game, Michael Kenny pitched a one-hit shutout for the Tigers to win at 5-0. They're looking to sweep. The Angels will try to stop that. And our opening lineups for the Tigers, it's Mickey Stanley leading off in center field. Tom Tresh in center. Jim Northrup in right. Cash at first. Willie Horton in left field. Tommy Matchik at second. Freehand behind the plate. Donward at third, and Lolich, the pitcher. He's a left-hander. Oh, that is good coffee. Ooh, Lord. Whew. And for the Angels, Sandy Alomar leads off at second. Jay Johnstone, the prankster, in center field. Fregosi at short. Reichert in left. Bubba Morton in right field. Aurelio Rodriguez at third, Jim Spencer playing first base, Joe Askew behind the plate, and the pitcher Jim McGlothlin for the Angels. And Rick, great to see you. And the Angels take the field. We're ready to go here. Leading it off for the Tigers is Mickey Stanley. Tigers 18 games behind the first place Orioles in second place. Angels are in third, 27 behind. They're in a slight tailspin. They've lost 6 in a row, and now they're 6 games under 500. Stanley, right-handed hitter. McGlothlin is ready. Here's the windup and the pitch to Stanley. That's 112, right-handed, lines it to third, caught by Rodriguez, one away, and we are underway here at the Big A. Tom Tresh now steps in. Tresh, a switch hitter. McGlothlin comes in with 6 wins. Lolich has 13. Tresh, switch hitter, batting left against McGlothlin. And here's the pitch to Tresh. That's 5-2. Left-handed, fly ball to right field for Morton. And that's 2 away. Now Jim Northrup, a left-handed hitter. Oh, that is such good coffee. Bought some coffee, bought some milk, bought some water. That's about all I need, except for the other stuff comes later. McGlothlin into his windup and the pitch. 6-10 left-handed, and it's a fly ball to right field again. For Bubba Morton, he makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for McGlothlin. After a half, it's Detroit nothing, and California coming to bat. Absolutely, Rick. He sure was. Well, Lolich takes the mound, the southpaw. Looking for number 14 today. And Sandy Alomar will lead it off, switch hitter. Batting right against Lolich. Okay, Lolich is ready. He's into his windup, and here's the pitch to Alomar. That's 4-10, switch hitter batting right, struck him out. 1 away. Here's the prankster, Jay Johnstone. Left-handed hitter, this will be lefty-lefty. Lolich gets the sign from Freehand. He's set into his windup and the pitch. 3-11, left-handed, grounds it to second. Matic has it, throws to Cash, it's 2 away. And Jim Fregosi comes up. 2 outs, nobody on here in the bottom of the first, just underway. All right, Lolich is ready now. And the pitch to Fregosi. 112 left-handed, grounds it to short. Tresh scoops it, throws it to Norman Cash. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Lolich. Both pitchers, 1-2-3 innings. We've gone 1, it's scoreless. McGlothlin takes the mound, retired the side in order in the first. He'll face Cash here to start it off, top of the second. Cash, left-handed hitter, takes a ball outside. Stormin' Norman. Oh, that is such good coffee. That's hit well by Norman. But that's going to be a foul ball. Oh, a foul ball to right field. Just missed. So the count is 1-1 on Norman. The 1-1 pitch from McGlothlin. That's 5-10 left-handed, grounds it to short for Fregosi. He's at 222. 17-2, he throws him out. One away in the second. Here's Willie Horton. Right-handed hitter, Willie. Pitching has been superb here for the Tigers in this series. McLean went all the way, 7-1 Tigers. Kilkenny, a one-hitter, 5-0 Tigers. Oh. Here's the pitch from McGlothlin. 2-7 right-handed. Grounds it to second base. Alomar has it. Throws to Spencer for 2 outs. Here in the top of the second. Now Tommy Matic is the batter. Left-handed hitter. McGlothlin now. And the pitch to Matic. 6-6 left-handed, fly ball left. Routine for Reichart. He makes the catch, and it's another 1-2-3 for McGlothlin. He's retired the first 6 in this game. After 1.5, no score. Lolich takes the mound. He retired the side in order in the first. It's going to be Rick Reichart to lead it off, then Morton, and then Rodriguez. Reichart steps into the batter's box. That's good. Okay, Lolich gets the sign, the wind-up, and the pitch to Reichart. That is 6-8 right-handed, and that is a liner to third, caught by Wirtz. One away. Now Bubba Morton with 1 out, nobody on. A's half of the second. Bubba, a right-handed hitter. Here's Lolich now. The pitch to Bubba. 1-6 left-handed. That's hit well by Bubba. Deep to left center, and that's gone. Bubba Morton with a home run off Lolich here in the second. And that'll make it 1-0 California. It was a changeup, and he connected with it beautifully. Let's look at that again. 1-6 left-handed. Home run 1-18, that's gone. Morton had 7 in real world. It's 1-0 California now. For Bubba Morton, that's number 6 on the season. So it's 1-0 Angels. And Aurelio Rodriguez is the batter. It's 1 out, nobody on. Here's Lolich. The pitch to Rodriguez. 1-6 left-handed, and that is a base hit by Rodriguez, just past the reach of Matic. So Rodriguez is on with 1 out. Here's Jim Spencer. This is lefty-lefty. Lolich from the stretch. And the pitch. 6-6 left-handed struck him out. That's the second strikeout for Lolich. 2 away. Here's Joe Askew now. Rodriguez on first. Lolich, the pitch to Askew. That's 3-8 left-handed, fly ball center for Stanley. He makes the catch, and the side is retired. 1 run for the Angels here in the bottom of the second. There were 2 hits. It was a solo home run with 1 out by Morton. Then the single by Rodriguez left on. We've gone 2. It's 1-0 Angels, over the Tigers. And we'll move to the top of the third. Just a beautiful afternoon for a ball game, if you ask me. Here's McGlothlin on the mound. He's retired the first 6 Tigers. Bill Freehand will lead it off. Oh. McGlothlin into his windup. Here's the pitch to Freehand. That's 3-6 right-handed. And that's a drive hit out to center field. Running for it is Johnstone, and he makes the catch. 1 away. Now Don Wirt. McGlothlin has retired the first 7 in this ball game. Here's the pitch to Wirt. That is 6-6 right-handed, and he flies it to left field for Reichart. And he makes the catch. 2 outs. And Lolich comes up. He's a 1 WS. He'll bat left-handed, a switch hitter. McGlothlin gets the sign from Askew. Here's the pitch to Lolich. That's 5-5. Right-handed, struck him out. And that's the first for McGlothlin. He retires the side in order again. He's retired the first 9 in this ball game. We're in the middle of the third. It's 1-0 Angels. Here comes Lolich to pitch his 3rd inning. Jim McGlothlin leads it off. He's a 1W, hits right-handed. He's a throws right. His first plate appearance this afternoon. The windup by Lolich and the pitch to McGlothlin. That's 3-6, and he grounds it to shortstop. Tresh picks it up. Throws it over to Stormin Norman for the out, and there's 1 away. Now Sandy Alomar. Alomar struck out in the first. That's 1-8 left-handed, and that's it's a ground ball to short, stopped by Tresh. I don't know how he did that. Then on his knees, throws it to Cash, 2 outs. Whoa, let's look at that again. Oh my, what a play by Tommy Tresh at shortstop. It was a 1-8 left-handed, single 1-19, and it was a 20. So that's the way it goes. It was a beautiful play by Tresh. It's 2 outs, nobody on. And Jay Johnstone, the batter. You have to see it to believe it. And I still don't believe it. Okay, Johnstone, left-handed hitter. This is lefty-lefty. Lolich into his windup and the pitch to Johnstone. 1-6 left-handed, and that is a base hit by Johnstone. Third hit given up by Lolich. A 2-out single. And Jim Fregosi comes up now. He grounded to short. Stanley busy already with 3 assists and a sparkler this inning. Here's Lolich. The pitch to Fregosi. 5-10 right-handed, grounder to short. Again, it's Tresh. 322. 2-2, it goes through. He couldn't get that one. So it's first and second with 2 down. Actually, it was a 2-3. I'm so sorry. Same difference, I think. 2-3. Single 2 asteroids. That was 2. So it's first and third. Glad I picked up on that. It's Fregosi on first, Johnstone on third with 2 outs, and Rick Reichert in a clutch situation. Reichert popped to third in the second. Okay, Lolich trying to get out of this. And the pitch to Reichert. That's 3-11 left-handed, grounds it to short. Tresh again, boy, he's been busy. Throws it over to Cash, and the side is retired. So it's no runs, 2 hits allowed by Lolich, both left on. We've gone 3, it's a 1-0 ball game. And I think this might be a good time for me to go get some coffee here. And we hope you are enjoying the ball game. Brought to you by the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. McGlothlin comes out for his 4th inning. He's been perfect through 3. Let's get some coffee in here. Indeed. Indeed, Kathy. Yeah. Well, it's back to the top of the order. Mickey Stanley, he'll be the 10th batter. McGlothlin has retired each of them in order. Stanley popped to third in the first. Here's McGlothlin into his windup. And the pitch to Stanley. 2-10 right-handed, fly ball right. And Bubba Morton is under it. That's 10 in a row. Retired by McGlothlin. Now Tom Tresh. Trush flew to right in the first. McGlothlin gets the sign from Askew. He's into his windup. Here's the pitch to Trush. Switch hitter batting left, 2 at 210, and that's a fly to center for Johnstone. 2 outs. So McGlothlin really sharp today. Here's Northrup, left-handed hitter. 2 outs, nobody on. No, Rick, I've never had a perfect game. I had one no-hitter. It was 1971 Don Gullett for the 71 Reds, who you may remember were not very good after their 70 season. So I did that in 1972. I called my 2 friends who also played Strat-O-Matic to tell them, and they didn't believe me. And I don't care. I know it's true. Gullett really pitched a no-hitter for me. That's been the only one. Here's Northrup. Bats left-handed, flew to right in the first. McGlothlin winds, and the pitch to Northrup. 6-6 left-handed, fly ball left field for Reichart, who makes the catch, and the side is out. It's 12 in a row for McGlothlin. We're moving to the bottom of the fourth. It's 1-0 Angels with on the home run by Morton. And Morton leads it off here in the bottom of the fourth. Lolich on the mound. Okay, Morton steps in. Right-handed hitter. Facing the southpaw Lolich. Lolich into his windup, and the pitch to Bubba. That's 3-7 left-handed. Fly ball to center field for Stanley. He makes the catch. It's 1 away. Aurelio Rodriguez is the batter now. 1 out, nobody on. Angels home fourth. They lead 1-0. Oh. Here's Lolich. The pitch to Rodriguez. That's 3-10 left-handed. Hit deep by Rodriguez. Deep to left field. Back goes Horton, and it's gone. So that makes it a 2-0 ball game. Rodriguez connects off Lolich. Rodriguez had 7 in real world. Home runs, that is. And for Rodriguez, that is number 5 on the season. So two solo home runs here for the Angels. Makes it 2-0. 2 blasts off Lolich. Jim Spencer is the batter. 1 out, nobody on. Left-handed hitter, lefty-lefty here. Lolich into his windup, and the pitch to Spencer. That's 1-6 left-handed. And that is a drive hit out to right, going back. Northrop on the run, makes the catch. 2 outs. It was well hit by Spencer, but Northrop was caught up with it. 2 away, and Joe Askew is the batter. Oh, boy, that is good coffee. How about you, Rick? You ever have a no-hitter or a perfect game? Here's the pitch to whoop. Oh, almost lost that one. Here's the pitch to Askew. That's 3-5, left-handed, grounds it to short. Tresh has it. And he throws it over, and the side is retired. Another run for the Angels here in the bottom of the 4th on another solo home run, this one by Rodriguez. After 4, it's 2-0. You may have told me, I don't know. And Deb Upcroft has arrived. We welcome you. McGlothlin takes the mound for his 5th inning. His first endurance is the 6th, but he looks pretty energized at this point. It's going to be Cash, Horton, and Matic in the 5th. Cash, left-handed hitter, batting left-handed against Morton, the right-hander. Oh, that's good coffee. Oh, Lord. Okay, McGlothlin is ready. The windup and the pitch to Storman. That's 5-7, left-handed, grounder to second for Alomar. 325. This could break it up. 325, 6-3. Oh, he throws him out. Nice play by Alomar. And that's going to be 13 retired in order in this ball game. All 13. Here's Willie Horton, left fielder. This is when the butterflies might begin for some people, like McGlothlin. Good coffee. That's fouled back and out of play. Up into the upper deck above us. Here's McGlothlin now. And the pitch to Horton. 2-4. Grounds it back to McGlothlin. He fields it. Throws it to Spencer. It's 2 away. That's 14 in order. And Tommy Matic is the batter. McGlothlin going at a blazing clip here. Working very fast. Getting ahead of the batters. Okay, McGlothlin is ready. Here's the pitch to Matic now. That's 1-8, right-handed. A little dribbler to first. Spencer, and McGlothlin covers. Spencer throws it to McGlothlin, and that's another 1-2-3 inning. And that's 15 in order. He's perfect through 5, McGlothlin. In the middle of the 5th, it's a 2-0 ball game. And we hope you're enjoying this ball game. Brought to you by the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. I'm Jeffrey Guterman. We're doing 3 replays technically. Our main replay is 69, but we have 64 and 1911. Those are more novelty replays. Just every once in a while, play one of those. Angels will come up here in the bottom of the fifth. Lolich on the mound. He's allowed 2 runs, 2 solo homers, 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth, off Morton and Rodriguez. And McGlothlin will lead it off. 1 WR, McGlothlin. Might indeed, Rick, indeed. I just go ahead. If it happens, great. If it doesn't happen, you know, I'm not going to start getting disappointed. Unless it's 2 outs in the ninth. Somehow the first base runner, the first hit is a relief when it happens. You know what I'm saying? Here's McGlothlin at the plate. He's bats right-handed against Lolich. And the pitch. That's 410. Right-handed, struck him out. 3rd strikeout by Lolich. Back to the top here, Alomar. And the great thing is it's recorded. Every die roll, everything can be seen. So my 2 friends, even though they're not I'm not in touch with them anymore, but no one can say it didn't happen. Here's Alomar 0 for 2, struck out in the first, grounded to Tresh in the third. Okay, here's Lolich now. The wind-up, the pitch to Alomar. That's 110 left-handed, grounds it back to Lolich. And he throws to Cash, 2 away. And now Johnstone, 1 for 2. He singled in the third, was left on. Prankster, left-handed hitter. It's lefty-lefty here. Good coffee. Okay, Lolich gets the sign from Freehand. And here's the pitch to Johnstone. 2-5 left-handed, struck him out. So a 1-2-3 for Lolich. With his 4th strikeout, we've gone 5. It's 2-0. And McGlothlin comes out. He's retired the first 15 batters in this ball game. Leading it off, Freehand, then Wirt and Lolich. Here's McGlothlin. The pitch to Freehand. 311 right-handed. There it goes. A base hit up the middle for Freehand. And the crowd gives a hand to Jim McGlothlin, who pitched 5 perfect innings until Freehand finally connects for a base hit. So Freehand is on first. Now McGlothlin needs to keep the lead here. Don Wirt is the batter. Okay, from the stretch is McGlothlin. 2-4 right-handed, grounds it to first. Spencer quickly steps on the bag, throws it to second, Alomar, and it's a double play. So it's 2 outs, nobody on. Indeed. And Lolich will hit here in the top of the 6th. A 1 WS. It's 2 outs, nobody on. McGlothlin now 1 hit shutout, like Kilkenny. last game. Here's McGlothlin. 110, and he struck him out. And that's the side. Second strikeout for McGlothlin. No runs, one hit, the first base runner of the game for the Tigers. None left after the double play, middle of the sixth. 2-0, Angels. And that was McGlothlin's first endurance inning. He's fresh. Here's Lolich now. His first endurance is the 8th. It'll be Fregosi to lead it off. Angels 2-0 over the Tigers here. Final game of this 3. Tigers took the first 2. Okay, Fregosi steps in the batter's box. Lolich is ready. And the pitch to Fregosi. 4-4, right-handed, fly ball center, Stanley, a 1-6. Lord, he's good. That's 18-1, he makes the catch. 1 away. And now Rick Reichard is the batter. Rick 0 for 2 today. Here's Lolich. And the pitch to Reichard. That's 5-11. Right-handed, fly ball left. Horton, 3-10. 13-3, that'll be 10. Let's see if he can get this. Whoa, Horton boots it. It's a 2-base error for Willie Horton. That's smarts when you're already losing. First error of the ball game. That'll put Reichard on second with 1 out. For Bubba, who is 1 for 2, homered and flew to center. Bubba steps in. He's a right-handed hitter. Okay, Lolich now. The pitch to Bubba Morton. That's 5-10 right-handed. Grounds it to short. Tresh. 3-22. 2-2. 2-3, I'm sorry. Base hit. And Reichard comes home with the 3rd run. It's unearned. But it counts as much as anything. And that's a tough break for Horton and the Tigers. 3-0 now, Detroit. Bubba on first and Rodriguez coming up. Again, Lolich's first endurance is the 8th inning. Rodriguez 2 for 2, singled left on, then the solo home run in the 4th. It's 3-0 Angels. Here's Rodriguez. At the plate. 2-2, left-handed liner to third. Caught by Wirt. 2 away. And Jim Spencer comes up. Lefty-lefty here. Spencer, 0 for 2. From the stretch, Lolich. And the pitch to Spencer. That's 5-8 left-handed. Struck him out. And the side is retired. 5th strikeout for Lolich. And another run unearned on the 2-base error by Willie out in left field. We've gone 6. It's a 3-0 ball game. And we'll take a little break here for about 3 minutes. We'll get a run batted in there. We hope you're enjoying it. We've got an interesting game tomorrow morning. That's when I plan to do it. I haven't posted it yet, just to let you all know. Staying with our 1969 replay, it's a doubleheader. It'll be Houston at Chicago. They've already played 2 in the series. This will be the 3rd and 4th games. And we hope you'll be able to be there. First game, the scheduled is Billingham for the Astros and Ferguson for the Cubs. And then in the second game, it'll be Wilson for the Astros and Ken Johnson for the Cubs. That's a doubleheader. It'll be coming live from Wrigley Field. Again, broadcast remotely through the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network here at Studio B in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. My name's Jeffrey Guterman. 3-0 Angels through 6. I'll be back in just a few minutes. Oh, indeed. Oh, Kathy, indeed I will. Oh, yeah. Oh, indeed I will. And it's almost that time. Yes, it is. Almost that time. Ha! Indeed it is, Kathy Harden. Oh, indeed it is. Almost that time. Let me see if I could find something here. That's all for you, Kathy. All for you. You and your loved ones. You just may do that, Kathy Harden. You just may do that. Well, I'm gonna I'm gonna move ahead here to the top of the seventh, and then it'll be the pre-witching hour, if you will. Jim McGlothlin takes the mound. He's throwing a one-hit shutout. The only base runner has been Bill Freehand, who singled last inning. Then he was doubled up. It'll be the top of the order. Tigers are down by 3. It's 3-0. Here's McGlothlin now. The pitch to Stanley. That's 1-5 right-handed. Grounds it to first again. It's Spencer to the bag himself. One away. He has been almost unhittable today, McGlothlin. Now Tommy Tresh. Tommy 0 for 2. McGlothlin is ready. Here's the windup and the pitch to Tresh. That's 4-6. Switch hitter batting left. Grounds it to second. Alomar throws it to Spencer. 2 outs. Here in the 7th. And now Jim Northrup 0 for 2. Everybody's 0 for something except for Freehand. He's 1 for 2 again, the only hit of this game. Here's McGlothlin. The windup and the pitch to Northrup. That's 2-12 right-handed. Liner to second for Alomar. And it's a 1-2-3 inning again. So McGlothlin has retired the first 21 out of 22 batters here in this ball game. Even though only 21 have come up due to the double play, he's got ice in his veins. Absolutely. And it's the 7th inning stretch, peoples. And if you don't mind, it's that time. I'm going to clean my chillum out. Give it a nice clean, take a nice whiff, and enjoy it. That's nice. That's pretty darn clean without going through any formal tire. Iceman cometh? I don't know if that fits. I don't even know what that means, but it's been quite a game for McGlothlin, the poor guy. He died of cancer, folks. I believe it was cancer. I don't remember what kind. So sad. Yeah. So that'll do it for the coffee today. And if you don't mind, I'm gonna just sit here and enjoy just for a moment. Yeah, great game, 3-0. Very clean ball game, if you ask me. I'm gonna try this one. Here we go, here goes nothing now. Oh, oh, that's tasty. Oh. Oh. Yeah, that's good medicine. It's good to take your medicine. Oh, that is so tasty. Oh, wow. I like this. This is the new one. Oh. Oh, is that tasty? Oh. So nice. So very nice. McGlothlin due out. Here's Jim McGlothlin now. Oh, I'm sorry, Lolich due out. I'm so sorry. Lolich has allowed 3 runs in 6 innings, one of them unearned. It's 3-0 Angels. And Joe Askew will lead it off. Oh. Okay, here's Lolich now. Into his windup, the pitch to Askew. 3-7, grounds it to Lolich, and he throws it to Norman for the first out. And here's McGlothlin. He gets a good hand from the crowd. McGlothlin 0 for 2 today. Lolich looks in. He gets the sign. He's set. And the pitch to McGlothlin. Whoa, 3-3 left-handed. It doesn't matter. Pops it up to short. Tresh. I'm sorry, yeah. Tresh makes the catch. And that's 2 away. And now here's Sandy Alomar 0 for 3 today, Sandy. Sandy, switch hitter, will bat right against Lolich. Lolich's first endurance inning is the 8th. Lolich steps off the mound, grabs some resin, takes his cap off now, wipes some sweat from his brow with his bicep, puts his hat back on, steps back on the mound fully. Alomar at the plate, looks into Freehand, shakes off a sign. Now he's set, the windup and the pitch to Alomar. That's 5-7, switch hitter batting right, chops it to second. And that's for Matic. He's a 322. That's 12. That's 22. Matic may have trouble with this. That's 8. Oh, no, he throws him out. What a nice play by Matic. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. Matic, of course, in for the injured Dick McAuliffe, who's been out for most of the season. He broke his wrist, I believe it was. I heard it in a real-world game early in the season, real-world 69 game. Last night, I just happened to be listening to the Yankees, the pilots at the Yankees real-world radio, Yankee broadcasters. I'm not sure if it was September 8 or September 2, so it's just in a week or so, a week to 10 days from where we are. That thing went, I think, 15 innings, and it was a walk-off. I don't remember what it was for a Yankee win. Because when I looked at it, they don't spoil it for you. They won't tell you these people who post it. But I saw it. This game is over 4 hours long, and I said, "Whoa, okay." And I listened to it in bed, fell asleep, then woke up at the end, just like I might in real world, to hear the walk off. And they had a curfew at the time. 1 a.m. I don't know if that was the city or the Bronx or what, but it was called off because it was approved to be called off because this was the last series between the clubs of the year, and they didn't want to postpone it. It's all about money. You know, sometimes you look at real world baseball, you'll see that some games are not played. If a game was rescheduled, was postponed for one reason or another, every once in a while you'll have a game, even two, that are not played. And I'm sure you all know that. Well, McGlothlin has retired 21 of 22 today. The only base runner is Bill Freehand with a base hit in the sixth to lead it off. He was doubled up on a ground ball hit by Wirt to Spencer. And leading it off will be Storman. Then it's Willie. And then it's Tommy Matic. And we have Kathy Harden here for the Tigers. Okay, McGlothlin. He's ready. Here's the pitch to Norman. 2-6 right-handed, and that's a drive hit out into the gap. It's cut off by Jay Johnstone. He throws it in. He'll hold Cash to a base hit. So Cash is on. Nice play by Johnstone to cut that off. And now Willie Horton is the batter. That's the second hit, second base runner allowed by McGlothlin today. We have a doubleheader tomorrow morning, subject to change, anywhere between 7 and 8 a.m. Not sure. Don't want to make any promises. Sometimes I make it at 7 and it's too late. I sleep through it like I did today. Sometimes I make it at 8 and it's too damn late for me. I've been up since 5:30. And I once came up on a game. It was 6 a.m., I believe. Almost before 6. And who comes on? It's Kathy Harden. And I'm telling you, that's quite a nice, pleasant morning greeting to have. Well, Horton comes up now. Cash On first, he let it off with a single. It's McGlothlin from the stretch. This is his third endurance inning. He's fresh, McGlothlin. And the bullpen is quiet. Here's the pitch to Horton. 2-10. And he pops it up behind the plate in foul territory. And as cue, mask off, he catches it. And Cash holds. So that's one down. And here's Matic, left-handed hitter. And all of a sudden, I do see that the Angels have Ken Tatum warming up. And just in terms of statistics, by far he's the best they have. Just look at that card, 1.36 ERA, 86 innings, 22 saves. And just in case, Tatum, who pitched in this game in real world, is warming. Dobson pitched in this game in real world for the Tigers, but I'll tell you something, that bullpen is quiet right now. They're not worried about pitching, they're worried about hits. And Matic is at the plate. Here's McGlothlin now. From the stretch with Cash on first, one down. Here's the pitch. That's 5-11, left-handed, fly ball left, right cart. This could be trouble. 4-6. 11, that's going to be a 6. Riker trying to get to it. 12, oh, he does. A diving catch by Reichart out in left field. And Cash holds. Beautiful catch by Reichart. And that'll be 2 away. My goodness. No, it does not make you a Strat-O-Maniac. Now, we could use the term colloquially. And sure, okay, yeah, it makes you a Strat-O-Maniac or a Strat-O-Fanatic. But if one wants to take the word literally, I would say that those two terms have to do with extremism. Okay? And I don't want to necessarily, but again, colloquially, I understand where you're coming from. Here's Freehand now. He has the other hit in this ball game. It's Cash on first, singled to lead off the 8th. It's a 2-hit shutout by McGlothlin now. McGlothlin gets the sign from Askew. And the pitch to Freehand. And that's 6-6 right-handed, fly ball left. It's a can of corn for Reichart again. And he makes the catch and the side is retired. So it's no runs. 1 hit, the second hit by McGlothlin, they used to say that though. Announcers, I heard Red Barber do it. No hits by Bevins. He said that when announcing with Bill Bevins with, was it 2 outs? Yeah, 2 outs, or was it 1 when he had a no-hitter? 47. We're heading to the bottom of the 8th, and Lolich just keeps slogging through now. Now, it's going to be Fregosi, Reichart, and Morton. If you're looking ahead to the 9th, it'll be Wirt. I can surely imagine a pinch hitter for Lolich, and then top of the order with Mickey Stanley. And McGlothlin has been exceptional, allowing 2 singles and no walks, retiring every other batter. That was actually his first left on base, Lolich. And here comes the prankster, Jay Johnstone. This will be lefty-lefty. This is Lolich's first endurance inning, mind you. There's the pitch to Johnstone. 3-10, left-handed, grounder to second. Matic over to Cash, and it's one away. You know, Matic, I was saying he's been playing for the injured what's his name? Dick McAuliffe, and done a pretty fair job at it for the Tigers this year. Here's Fregosi now at the plate, 1 for 3. Angels lead 3-0. The pitch to Fregosi. That's 6-4, right-handed. Grounds it to third X. Wirt, 217. Christ. And that's a base hit. I'm sorry. That's a base hit. So Fregosi is on. Here's Reichart now. The pitch from Lolich. 2-3, left-handed, hit him. Reichart goes to first. It's first and second, one out now. And here's Bubba Morton. Pat Dobson. Warming. Okay, here's Bubba now with first and second, 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Lolich. 5-7, right-handed, grounds it to second X for Matic. He's a 322. This could be trouble. Oh, that's a 1-3, and that is a base hit. That scores Fregosi. Morton 3 for 4 today. Reichart goes to third. It's 4-0 Angels. Third run batted in for Bubba. First and third, one down. Here's Rodriguez. Infield back. Lolich, 1 hit or walk away from fatigue. Oh! Lolich trying to get out of this. It's a 3-1. Wait a minute. What did I put a 1 there for? Christ. What the hell? Guterman. Guterman. Is the weed really that good? Come on. The hell was that? I think I got it right. It's the most important part of the score sheet. Yeah, they got nothing, and it's a 4-0 game. This was in the 8th, yeah. They've scored a run already. It's a 4-1 ball game. It's Morton on first. Reichart, who was hit by a pitch, is on third with 1 out. And here's Rodriguez. Folks, I have a family, not a problem at all, just a situation where I need to do something right now. It's going to take me about 5 minutes. I am so sorry for the interruption as we have Rodriguez on at the plate, first and third one out. So if you just bear with me a moment. I have done something again that is a part of a self responsibility on levels that no one would understand other than me. Not that that matters. Like I said, 5 minutes, maybe less. All right, we're good. That's all that matters, the here and now. As long as I'm alive, all that matters is that my loved ones are okay. That's what freaking matters. And when I'm dead, I won't know the difference. I know that's selfish, but that's one of the perks of dying. Your worries are over. And what will it be like? It'll be like before you were born. But you did exist. And the love you take will be equal to the love that you make here on earth. And I'm not talking about coitus or anything, sexual. I'm talking about kindness and caring. Doesn't mean you're perfect. Okay, let's get back to this ball game. Okay, Lolich now facing Rodriguez. This is the moment of truth for Lolich tonight because Pat Dobson is all ready and able. Absolutely. Actually, it was McCartney who wrote that one. And actually, if you listen to the song The End, from which that line comes, it's got one of the greatest guitar solo, 3 different guitars, Lennon, George, and Paul, you can hear them. And then The End. I'm sure you do. It's, and in my opinion, it's the best Beatles album. The greatest is Sgt. Pepper, but let's not get into the Beatles, okay? Maybe I will come on and talk about the Beatles sometime. Here's Rodriguez now. Lolich. That's 1-8 left-handed, flies to center. That should end the inning. Stanley is under it. He makes the catch. We're going to the 9th, people. Yeah, I could try to play like 2 seconds. There are 2-second clips. I know that sounds like a long time. Anything more than that, you might be risking. Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's go Tigers. Exactly. Rhodes Scholar, how right you are. I might schedule a Beatle discussion or something. It takes energy, though. That's the thing. I need people to come on here and collaborate with me. I don't have the energy. Well, speaking of energy, Jim McGlothlin, like Road Scholar says, let's go Tigers. Jimmy McGlothlin is throwing a 2-hit shutout. He allowed a single to Freehand in the 6th to lead it off, a single to Norman in the 8th to lead it off. It's going to be Wirt leading it off, and then there'll be a hitter for Lolich. Okay, here's McGlothlin now. The windup and the pitch to Wirt. 2-7 right-handed, grounds it to second for Alomar. And that's one away. So McGlothlin just keeps on going. He's 2 outs away from the win. And yes, there's going to be a hitter for Lolich. Let's see who it is. Looks like Dobson most likely will not be needed. But we will see. Well, they're going to bring him up. I don't know why he's not playing tonight. You know, he misses a game. Like he plays like 5 out of 7 games or something. Sometimes 4 out of 7. Al Kaline. He's been playing. So we're going to have Al come out and hit. He's a little bit under the weather, though. Okay. So Kaline will pinch hit here with 1 out. They're down by... Oops, now I put a 0 in here. How absent-minded. Jesus. It's 4-0. One out, top of the 9th. Kaline steps in to face McGlothlin. It's been McGlothlin all the way tonight. Oh my. Here's McGlothlin now. From the windup and the pitch to Kaline. That's 1-6, right-handed, struck him out. And the crowd is buzzing. McGlothlin with one of his, if not his greatest outings ever. It's 2 away, and Mickey Stanley is coming to the plate. He's 1 out away from the win, McGlothlin. Stanley steps into the batter's box. McGlothlin looks in. Here's the windup and the pitch to Stanley. Whoa, just makes the board here. I just want to show you here. We got the thing right there. That's a 3, it's a 4-7. 4-7 right-handed, and he struck him out, and the ball game is over. McGlothlin finishes it up with a bit of a flourish there, striking out the last 2 batters, first Kaline, and then Stanley. Well, the final score is 4-0 here at the Big A. I'm Jeffrey Guterman, and I'm here with the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. I think it was a very nicely played ball game. An hour and a half. The win goes to McGlothlin. The win and I guess the star of the game, even though Morton had 3 runs batted in. McGlothlin wins his 7th. He went all the frickin' way. He allowed 2 hits. He allowed 2 base runners, those 2 hits, singles. No walks. Okay. Okay. 4 strikeouts and the shutout. The loss goes to Lolich. Well, he was Mickey Lolich. I'm not a fan of Mickey Lolich. He pitched 8. You wouldn't hear an announcer say anything like that, would you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits in 8 innings. Hey, very, very mediocre game for him. He did walk none, if that's proper English. He walked none, struck out 5, and allowed 3 earned runs. One of them was unearned. It was the error by Horton, which really, it was 2-0, and then he, with 1 out, Horton booted something, and Morton, it was Horton and Morton, okay, who singled him home. The final line in this ball game from the Big A is the California Angels, 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors. The Detroit Tigers, no runs, 2 hits, and no other base runners and 1 error. We'll put this one in the books. This is going to close out the series now. Tigers took the first 2. I'll tell you, there's been some great pitching. McLean went all the way, allowed 1 run for the Tigers to win the first game. Kilkenny with a 1-hit shutout last game. And the Tigers won that one 5-0. And now California comes back, avoids the sweep. It's Jim McGlothlin with a 2-hit shutout, 2 base runners. And that's going to do that. Now, looking at the schedule for each of these teams in the event that you might be interested, today being August 24 in our 1969 replay. August 25 will be a travel day for these clubs. And then the Angels will hit the road and go to Cleveland for a series. The Tigers will fly home, and they will host Oakland for a doubleheader, a Tuesday night twilight doubleheader. That might work nicely for me if I pace myself. Maybe I'd go 2 o'clock or 2:30 with coffee. But that's not for a while, folks. That'll be like in a week, if I'm lucky. We have a doubleheader tomorrow here on the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network, just to let you know. It's going to be in Wrigley Field, the friendly confines, still without lights, one of the traditions in baseball, even in 69, even into the early 70s, and the whole 70s, I think. I don't know what year it was that they finally broke down and did it, and I don't blame them. They have kept the ballpark sufficiently restored, as well as Fenway has. They really have. Tomorrow morning, I aim to do maybe I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I think tomorrow I will take the morning off, and I'll pick this up. I'll take this on 2:30 p.m. Eastern. I'll put this up later. Maybe tomorrow morning I'll put it up, schedule it. Houston at Chicago. Houston, I want to tell you all something. Hold on. The Houston Astros are having their best season in franchise history. This 7 years ago was their expansion season. And they are playing 5 games over 500. They're in third place. They're 10 games behind Atlanta. So that's very exciting for baseball, I would say. We're taking a look at our standings here. We have the Pirates are the amazing Pirates. They're having a year. If they keep up this pace, they're going to win in the neighborhood of 90 games or over 90 games. Just a real top-notch kind of ball club. A division-winning ball club. This our first year of divisional play. The Pirates have a 9-game lead over the Cardinals. The Cubs were in second place throughout most of the year until about, a week ago when the Cards finally overtook them. Yeah, Rhodes Scholar. Oh, I didn't know that, Rhodes Scholar. I thought Cincinnati played the first game, though. But, I'm not going to... You know what I did a while ago? And I'm talking to everybody here. I tried at least, but I'm doing pretty well now. Give up the need to be right, because once you do that, you avoid a lot of arguments. I don't need to frickin'... You know what I'm saying? It's okay to share your view. One thing I've learned is that I am often incorrect. I don't knowingly lie. If maybe there's hyperbole, okay, and poetic license, but I don't overuse that. So the Cards are the last year's NL champs. You see, I have to read that. I could probably just pull it down. There it is, yeah. 50-50. Well, I don't know about that. A lot of the things we tell ourselves are sort of I don't know. They're more in terms of values and opinions rather than right or wrong, That's just what I think. Looking back again here, the Cubs, though, they have fallen into fourth here. Mets are having their best season in franchise history, like the Astros. Not quite as good, but they are only 4 games. It does, Dev, it really does. They are 4 games below 500. They were sort of going back and forth. For a while, they were a game under 500, a game and a half. Now they've fallen 5. We'll see how they do in September. And the Expos, the expansion team, I'll tell you one thing we can say about them, and that is that they very well may beat out the Phillies. Phillies are on their way to, I'd have to figure this out, 71, 10, 123, 40. If they have a bad end September, there's a chance they could lose 100, the Phillies. There's also a decent chance they won't. In the West, it's been Atlanta, basically. I mean, in April, it it was too early, but it's basically been the Atlanta Braves. But the Giants have been right on them the whole season, basically, especially the last couple months. So that looks like it's a toss-up right now. The Astros are 10 behind. Again, very impressive. Reds 11 behind. The Dodgers, they were flailing in this spring, but they have come back, and they're now 2 games over 500, to only 2 games under 500. And then you have the Padres, who are even worse than the Phillies. They're on their way to, that's 45, 25, 37. Yeah, if they go 20-17, they'll lose 100 games. Okay, in their last 37. 20-17. I'm sorry, 17-20. They will lose 100 games. And that's better than they're doing. That's unlikely that they will. So they're on their way to 100. And the Phillies too. Let's go look in the American. So we're looking. I suggest always make your biases known, and that's a first step toward not letting them interfere with your goals. Oh, sorry about that. Anyway. Okay. So my biases are, I had wanted the Cubs to win the division, and I've given up on them. I guess they have a chance. The thing about the Pirates is they have essentially not had a losing streak all season. They're on their way to winning about 93 games, 95 games, the Pirates. But the Cubs are 5 over, and I think they still have a shot. I don't think the Mets have much of a shot. I want the Giants in the West. I just, to me, something about the Braves, the name of the team. I've always not really been a fan of the Braves. And that's just, that's just the way I am. Sure, I love the ball club. I like Felipe, Felix, Henry, Rico, and Orlando. Love them, those 5 dudes, and Cletus. Okay, so those 6 dudes are all fine by me. It's just I like the Giants better. Whoever you like is fine. We'll see what happens. Let's take a peek at the American League. Well, it's pretty much decided here in the AL, as it was in real world. Orioles in the East, Twins in the West. For a while, the Twins were about like 2 games ahead of yes, it was the Reds. Okay, so what are you saying, that the Tigers, Rhodes Scholar, installed lights beforehand but didn't use them? Is that what you're saying? Twins were even at a better pace, but the Orioles have now moved ahead by about 2.5 games or so. The Orioles have won 9 in a row. Twins 4 in a row. By the way, Seattle had lost 9 in a row, and they came back to win. Who the hell did they play? I think it was, I don't even want to guess. I just finished it. Seattle on their way to losing 100. Yeah, to install. Uh, but you could follow up on that and try to get other sources, and therefore, I think it's interesting if we want to look at the history of it, because there is you try to get as close you can to the truth. It's probably an interesting distinction. Tigers first to install, Reds first to both install, but probably after the Tigers, and use. And it might have been like a novelty at first. Yeah, yeah, you gotta dig. You gotta dig. Oh, yeah. You know, it might have been, who knows what their attitude was, but then finally, and it got better and better, the lighting. Now they turn frickin' lights on in the afternoon on an overcast day. Did he really? I don't know if it was 35 though. I think it was more like 40 or something. But I could be wrong. That's again, I don't need to be right about it. Anyway, um, the Orioles are really going at a clip. They're on their way to winning. It's just a matter of how many. 108, 107, depending on how well they do, maybe 110. And Earl Weaver's task, he has said, is we want to remain focused and we want to remain winning. And I think that's no changes, he said. He says, we are the best team in baseball. This was in an interview. Yeah. Detroit, the returning world champions, are not the same team. But they are 17 games over 500. They are a very good team, and they're on their way to winning, I don't know, about maybe 90 games, 92 games. Red Sox are 7 games over 500. They're like an 87-game winner. And, a big story here is the Washington Senators in their first winning season this late in the season. Because let's all remember, and again, I'm probably saying things that some of you know already, is that the original Washington Senators is the team of Walter Johnson that eventually moved to Minnesota. And then the 61 Senators were an expansion team along with California. And I believe this is the first year that Williams managed. I'm not going to get into all the things I've talked about there, and they ended up winning about, you can go look it up, 86 games or something like that. They're playing around at pace. Big man Howard has 42 home runs. Hot Dog Jackson leads Major League Baseball with 43. But, now the Yankees are having a disappointing season when you compare them to real world. They were, I don't know how many games, 3 to 5 games over 500. They won like 85, something like that, which is decent, But here they're 8 games under 500, and they've had a tailspin here since the All-Star break. The Indians are the Pits. Now, whoever thought it was a good idea to put 2 expansion teams in the same frickin' division? And what's that all about? What's that all about? Oakland A's are very good. They are, I guess we'd say they're 13 over. They're on their way to winning, 85 games, 86 games, 87. The next team is the Angels, who have been faltering. Not tonight. with McGlothlin's 2-hit shutout, but they are. We'll change this tomorrow morning. They're going to be now. They'll be 8. They had lost 6 in a row, so that's a big win to get them out of that. And now they'll be 5 games under 500. White Sox are a huge disappointment this year, and there was a time when the White Sox were in danger of being passed by both KC and Seattle, where they were like a game or maybe 2 games behind. And the Royals are bad, and the Pilots are bad. And the Pilots are on their way to maybe a 100-game loss. And Royals pretty damn close for that. So we'll take a look at the leaders. I didn't post, we finished August 23 yesterday, so I posted these updated standings. I'm just annotating them now. I did not post the leaders in home runs and wins updated, and there you go. In the National League, Stretch has 40. That's about on pace. If I'm not mistaken, he led the league with 45 in real world. Pop Stargell has 34, and I want to tell you, I remember back at the beginning, April, in our replay, Pops was on fire. And I was afraid he was going to hit like 70 home runs or something. And he cooled off. He was also hurt a little bit, not too much. Bobby Bonds has 29. Henry is underperforming. He has 27. I think he had like 44, or I'm not sure. Maybe in the 30s. I could be completely off. I think it is 30s. Tolan really has been a lot of home runs. He's over. Tony has 23, the Toy Cannon has 22, and Ernst has 21. And this is the man with rubber band wrists. And the Giants are only a game behind the Atlanta Braves. And Juan Marichal has 121, okay? 21 out of 74. Juan really, now Gaylord has 18, okay? So those two right there, Juan leads Major League Baseball with 21. Bill Hand's incredible, 18 wins, awesome. But Gaylord, 18, he's on his way to 20 for the Giants. Braves are in first. They have 3. They have Necro and Reed, 17 each. They're both on their way to 20. Claude has 17 for the Dodgers, despite their issues. And Doc Ellis, and what's interesting there, I'd have to look at it, but Doc Ellis with 16. By the way, Holtzman's on the list with 16 for the Cubs. But what that tells me with the Pirates in first is they have a lot of pitchers who win games, but they're like, some of them are like 8 wins, 9 wins, 10 wins. It reminds me of the Mets pitching staff in 1986. You had Darling, Gooden, I think you had Cone at that time. You had 2 others that I just couldn't remember can't remember their name now. One guy was a Hispanic gentleman. No, not Cone. Okay, Sid. Exactly, Rhodes Scholar. Sid. What was his name? Sid what? Fernandez? And then there was another pitcher. Okay? And, I think the 1986 Mets are maybe in the top 10 of teams of all time. So Juan Marichal has won 21 games, and Seaver is, the Mets are not the same team. In the AL, it's Hot Dog Jackson leading it all with 43 goners, 47 real world. I think the big man Howard had 48. Killebrew has been really underperforming a bit, but he has 36. Carl has 33. Rico has 32. Boog and Frank are tied with 31 each as teammates. They've been going back and forth. Horton 31. I think he hit his 32nd tonight. Let me take a frickin' look at this. No. Horton did not hit a home run. He was 0 for 3. And Epstein. They called him Super Jew. And, we've gotten so politically correct today that might not fly today. And I'm Jewish. So, I think it's cool. I think it's cute. It's fun. It's not meant to be. They called him Super Jew. He was a Jew. His name was Mike Epstein. He can't run. He can't field. But he can hit. 48, okay. He could hit. Williams uses him only against right-handers. He uses Brantalia, I believe it is, against left-handed pitchers. But sometimes I sneak him in. Oh, Christ, I'm going to do it. I'm going to sneak his ass in there, even against the lefty, because I think his power's a little better against lefties. So we see how that's shaping up. By the way, Rod Carew will be back with the Twins. He's on the mend. He's been out a while, and I'm not sure. It was pretty serious. For the pitching, McNally, Boswell, and Cuellar, two Orioles, have 18 each. They're on their way to 20. Cott and Perry have 16 for the Twins. McLean with 15. By the way, McLean started out, and you're gonna. I just went with the starts. He won like 6 games in April, or maybe 5 games in April, and then like 2 right away in May. And I said, what the fuck? What's this guy's gonna have 45 wins? And then he cooled down. He missed starts. So that's kind of interesting. They were using him on the way to another 31-game season. I think he ended up winning, 23 or 24? He was co-Cy Young with Cuellar. Cuellar has 18. Blue Moon at 15. Palmer has 15. He was hurt for a bunch of weeks, maybe a month, in probably much of, give or take, July, and he's back now. Coleman has 15. Andrew Messersmith has 14. Hunter has 13. And here you can look at these are the actual home runs of players. Aaron only 27. You see Cletus has 10. Blefary has 11 home runs. These folks hit it out every once in a while. Carty with 16. So that's what we're looking at. He was 24 and 9. Denny was. Okay. 24 and 9. And that's just an awesome season when you think that he had won, I don't know what it was, 31 and, what was his record? 31 and 4? No. 31 and 6. Yeah, 300. This is like the old time pitchers. The game has become, in the last 20 years, actually even before that, becoming more and more specialized. And I don't know. I mean, I enjoy looking at highlights more than anything. 31 and frickin' 6. My God. I do it on my big screen. I can turn on, I can just go say baseball into the handheld, and it'll show me, I think it's on YouTube, but then it keeps going to other ones. Shows me the highlights of the day before. And that's satisfactory to, when I take a nap, which is every day, sometimes I put that on more on the weekends just to help create the motif. So I understand that the playoffs are starting tomorrow, and I'm talking real world here. And you go to MLB.com, you see it all. Tomorrow, the first game is at 3:08 p.m. Eastern. First pitch, 3:08. There'll also be a game tomorrow, and that's going to be Texas at Tampa Bay. There'll also be a 4:38 p.m. game. That's on ESPN. The first one's on ABC. That's pretty impressive. Toronto at Minnesota. Then in the evening, I don't think I have the patience. Arizona at Milwaukee, and then I might catch a little bit of this one. Miami at Philadelphia. I am glad to see the Miami Marlins make the playoffs. I like that guy. Of course, it's hard not to like him. What's his name? Spud or Spurt or Spitz or Squirt. He's got some sort of name, and he's very talented. He's like I don't know what you would call him, almost like a Ken Griffey type character. So I might catch a little bit of that, but this is going to go on, and I guess you have some teams with buys. You have the Dodgers, who won 100, didn't they? I heard they won 100. I catch a little bit. Oh, by the way, someone who I think is a real ass. I don't want to get into the personalities, but we're looking at Dodgers. Let me take a look at the bracket. Yeah, and then the NL, and I've always been an NL man. Do you know what I'm saying? Some people, they're AL, some people NL, some people don't care. I've always been an NL man, even though I like the AL, you know. As far as the AL teams that are in the playoffs, Houston and Baltimore really was something this year, huh? Have buys. I'm against Houston. I don't have serious anger about it. I'm a Dodger fan, always have been. Going back to my father, he was a Brooklyn Dodger fan. He told me about Jackie Robinson. And then I lived through Koufax. I don't remember much of it except that he was the greatest. And so they're in there, but you know, this is the best team money can buy, right? Or one of them. Kershaw is a great pitcher, and then Atlanta's excellent. I don't know how many they won. So I'll root for the Miami Marlins, of course. And you know, anything can happen in a series. So there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 series for everybody except the buys. 4 frickin' series. That's the wild card, the divisional, the championship, and the World Series. You have to be on a winning streak, a consistent winning streak for anywhere 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 8, 16. Oh, I don't know, 25 games. Okay, you gotta be. So I'm going to take off right now. I want to thank everybody for hanging out. Stay strong, everybody, okay? Stay well. And I'll catch you next time.